Welcome to Becoming Powerhouse, where we discuss the tough lessons I've learned while taking my two companies from negative revenue to over 7 figures. We'll talk about the raw and vulnerable truths about being boss, as well as tips and strategies you can implement immediately for better business results. I'm your host, Nicholle Overcamp, the founder and CEO of Wilcox Financial Group and Powerhouse Coaching. You can see links and other resources in our notes. Don't forget to head over to herhousemoney.com to grab your free Her bundle for business and subscribe to our newsletter. Now, let's dive in to today's episode. Okay, my Powerhouse fam. So I am going to share with you in this podcast a recording that I did for the Moxie Club on 5 positive mindset tips that you need to keep in mind as an entrepreneur, as a leader, because it is no secret that life is hard. And so I thought I would put that in the podcast because it is also a healthy reminder for all of us. And for those of you who don't know or haven't seen, if you're wondering what the hell the Moxie Club is, it is a new business that I launched this year. I co-founded it with MJ Morale. She is brilliant. She's a business attorney, but also an AI expert and consultant. And so what we did this year is we combined her AI consulting and my business coaching and created this incredible membership for business owners, leaders, small teams, so that we can help not only with AI, but the coaching component as well. There is nothing out there like this. It is incredible. We are giving extreme value for a very low membership price because it is so important to us to make an impact, to make this information accessible and literally help change the game. So what the Moxie Club involves, or what it includes rather, is that we have within the portal, in your membership portal, a ton of trainings, courses, modules, literally almost everything that we could think of to move the needle in your business, from both a business coaching perspective and strategy, all the way to all the things that you need to know and how to use AI better. So you may be thinking like, well, AI is not for me, or I don't know how to apply it to my business, or it sounds like a tomorrow problem. It was a yesterday problem, kids. So think about how many things you touch throughout the day. What things do you do more than once on repeat? Potential bottlenecks. A lot of that can be assisted with AI. Think emails that you're sending out. You can still make them custom, yes, but you can save a ton of time. Customer service or client service, acquisition, communications, your sales team. I mean, there's so much that we are teaching and can help save you time on, get more done with a lot less, be more effective, be more productive. We're teaching how to better use social media and leverage AI to help you with your content plan, your marketing, your strategy, building out custom GPTs so AI doesn't sound like AI and it sounds exactly like you. And it is creepy what this stuff is capable of and what we're teaching. All the way from time management, knowing your numbers, like the list goes on and on. It's just incredible. In addition to those courses, we also are doing live training and coaching sessions. So twice a month, every other Friday morning, is with yours truly, where I am doing business coaching, show up needs-based. We're like working through your problems, challenges, solving them. And every other Wednesday is with MJ to teach you and show you how to use AI, problem solve, talk about where you're stuck, or you can show up and say, I don't know where the hell to even use AI in my business. Talk to her about what it is you do, and she'll show you how. So we're doing that. And there's also this incredible supportive community. We have a private Facebook community for members only, where that is your opportunity to network with one another, share your wins, also post challenges, questions, any feedback that you want. And we're also constantly sharing more value, tips, videos, tricks, and that within the community too. So this is such an incredible opportunity for you to jump on board. We still have the pricing at the founders level cost of $97 a month. And I can promise you this is literally worth over $1,250 a month, like $1,250 a month. Like there's so much in there. So if you guys have questions on this, we're super stoked about it. Definitely pop in. I will put the link in the show notes to the Moxie Club membership. But without further ado, drum roll, it's not that, I mean, please, let's be real. It's 5 tips on mindset. However, mindset is definitely where the productivity comes in, what moves the needle forward, and what all of us need to fine tune and practice. So enjoy that little segment that I recorded. And until next time, my powerhouses, continue to be courageous. Okay, my friends, today I want to talk about 5 mindset shifts that you need to take into consideration as an entrepreneur or a leader. Let's face it, business is hard. It is so hard. And if it were easy, everyone would be doing it. But the reality is you are definitely capable of crushing it. And sometimes it's just these little tweaks that we need to practice. I am most definitely familiar with what it's like to feel one day like everything is going great and you're super excited, and then the very next day you want to lock yourself in a closet, cry, and never come out. It's just how things go. And so number one, anticipate that it's not necessarily going to get any easier. You'll continue to have your challenges. Things will continue to be hard, but they just morph. And to me, in my journey over the last 16 years, is things have gotten more fun. And I have taken all the lessons from the hard shit that I have learned in the past and put that in my tool belt in my pocket and build off of that. And now as I'm faced with challenges, I actually embrace them. Not everyone with as much excitement as the next, but it's that way of me knowing, okay, I'm doing something right. Because if it were easy all of the time and you were never faced with challenges or adversity, it probably means that you've also stopped growing. So keep in mind that business being hard is sometimes a very good positive thing. It means you're headed in the right direction. And the hard things that maybe don't feel as good, and perhaps it's a poor client experience or feedback, that still is feedback. So it's a value that you can take and decide how you want to use that and move forward. So number one, on that note, is embrace failure. Failure is not a bad thing, and it's going to happen again. If you're trying new things, if you're growing, if you're stretching that rubber band and really committed to excellence, you will fail many times. Lord knows I have, and every single one was painful. But looking backward, I'm so grateful, and I quite honestly wished I would have done more and failed faster. It's that fail forward concept where you are trying new things, you're learning and willing to fail. And then you take that education, you take that knowledge and wisdom, and you move on, you build, you grow from that. And when you embrace these things, not only do they make you stronger and more resilient, just the absolute mindset of knowing, hey, you know what, I'm going to fail and it's okay. Give yourself permission for that will allow you to hopefully stop holding back as much and stop being so scared to put yourself out there or maybe take big chances or big risks. Of course, you always want to vet these if you can with a trusted community or a professional who has walked the talk or is in a place where you want to be. Having that insight is critical, but if you're always so scared to fail, you're never going to expand. The next is adapt to that growth mindset, right? You see a trend here. So instead of fearing the changes or, the what ifs or God, my gosh, what are people going to say about me? What if I am judged? Who gives a shit? There will always be someone to judge you. There will always be someone who doesn't like what you have to say. However, there are plenty of people who love what you have to say and who absolutely want to hear the things that you have to share. And if you're not sharing them and if you're holding back, the reality is there are people you are now not helping. And so if you want to serve more, you have to get uncomfortable. put yourself out there and do the hard things. Doing the hard things and being a constant student of the game and always being willing to accept feedback, always learn, leveling up your knowledge base, never staying consistent is literally the epitome of a growth mindset. Always be insatiably curious, and your business will continue to expand. One of my favorite things to do is make sure that I'm the dumbest person in the room. So for me, that's intimidating, especially when it's in a room full of new people and I have to start conversations because I'm an extreme introvert, super awkward. Again, it's been something I've been literally building on and making myself do for years and years. It's uncomfortable, but when I walk away from those rooms, I'm empowered, I'm inspired, I have new energy, more motivation. And so doing the things that you know you need to do, but you don't necessarily want to do is also part of that growth mindset. And investing in yourself, in the skills that you need, the people that you need. It's not always how, it's often who. So keep that in mind as part of your mindset and hardiness, if you will, as you move forward. Next is not being afraid to embrace technology. So, ironically, of course, I'm the co founder of a company that teaches technology, shows entrepreneurs how to implement AI, but I hate tech. I don't like change. AI is hard, And when all this stuff started coming out, I forced myself to literally immerse in this universe of other entrepreneurs who were talking about AI, how they were adapting it, how they were using it, and looking at, okay, like, look, this is the way of the future. I'm either going to embrace it or I'm going to be left in the dust. And so for those of you out there who are still thinking, man, like AI seems futuristic, I don't need it yet, it's not important, or it doesn't apply to my business, you are dead wrong. That is a bold statement, but I feel super confident in that. If you are not embracing AI, learning about it, knowing how to leverage it, knowing what parts of your business can even use it and how to apply it, you, my friend, are immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage. It is not going anywhere. Companies are starting to embrace this at a rapid rate, and small businesses have this unique opportunity to actually take over the big ones, but really embrace this quicker, better, faster, because you don't need to have a meeting for a meeting to have a meeting to decide something to do. You can do this now. And that is literally what we are helping entrepreneurs with, leaders inside the Moxie Club membership, is like how to use AI, where it applies, practical real life application, like that presentation you have to crank out. Let AI help you with that so that you can get it done in maybe 30 minutes instead of 3 hours. Like, there's so much to use here and so much to leverage. And when you can reduce redundancies in your business, and when you can shift tasks and really trust technology and set it up right, you have more time freed up to maybe just have fun or do more human things to move the needle in your business. So do not be afraid of technology. Do not be afraid of change. Embrace it, learn it. If it's overwhelming, that's where the pros come in. Find someone, if it's not us, hopefully it is, that can help break it down and show you the way, because this is absolutely where the future is going. And you do not want to be one of those businesses saying to yourself, man, I wish I would have done this sooner, because you can do it now. And the time was yesterday. The next on mindset that I want to talk about is positivity, like high frequency positivity. Be careful of who you surround yourself with. Your circle matters. It matters so much. And so make sure that you're being hypersensitive to the people that you surround yourself with, their energy, and how they make you feel. It is absolutely fine and healthy to, number one, change your circle with your season, and maybe you put certain people on pause. But if there are people who are constantly putting you down, bringing you down, questioning you, challenging you in a negative way, let them go, put them on pause, and surround yourself with people who have this like unwavering faith and confidence in you. Maybe the people who have more confidence in you than you do right now, or who want to pull what you're capable of achieving out of you. You need those fierce cheerleaders in your corner, but you also need to be surrounded by people who are doing these wildly ambitious, crazy, cool things so that you can see what is possible. That is so important. And for me, I have gotten more and more refined with this over my life, and especially recently, and just being okay and giving myself permission to not hang with the people that I leave saying like, ugh, that drained the life out of me. Like, you can't afford to do that when you are in a scenario where every bit of your energy, attention, and focus really matters. So if you don't have that supportive circle or people around you who are doing things that you want to do or struggling with the same things or who truly get it, that's your chance to get uncomfortable and make new connections. In our Moxie Club membership, we have this incredibly supportive community. Like, part of why we did this and have the community is because we get it and know how lonely it is to be an entrepreneur. And oftentimes the people that love us most want to give their unsolicited advice because they're well-intentioned, but their advice sucks because they haven't experienced it and they just don't get it. So surround yourself with positive people, but also people who inspire you, uplift you, and push you to be better. Next is practice self-compassion. Do not be that jerk in your head constantly putting yourself down. What you tell yourself matters. It matters so much. And so if you find yourself talking to yourself like you would be absolutely mortified if you heard someone else telling themselves that thing, change your tune. You must be your best cheerleader. You must be your best advocate. No one else is going to do that for you. So treat yourself with kindness, compassion, patience, but also enough tough love to push yourself to grow. If you need help with this, if you have questions, that is what I am here for. That is what MJ is here for, and the entire Moxie community. So as you continue to grow your business and just crush it, keep these mindset tips in your back pocket to help push you forward. Thanks so much for listening to Becoming Powerhouse. You can find all of the links to our site and resources in the show notes. Let's connect on Instagram at PowHerHouseMoney, and don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter at powerhousemoney.com. Remember, I want to connect with you. I want to hear your thoughts and help you with all the challenges you're having. So engage, send me a DM. And of course, if you're loving this podcast, let us know and go ahead and hit the subscribe button and leave a review.